every ejaculation that you do, it depletes your life force, right? Your manlyhood, your superpower as a man. Every time you ejaculate, you deplete that, right? And the matrix itself, okay, the system, they have conditioned you to indulge in instant gratification, like watching porn, masturbating, and all these things, right? Just to take control of you. They want to take your life force away from you, right? And they're trying to deplete you from being a man, basically, right? You got to look into it. These porn companies, they're billion-dollar companies, right? Instagram, when they start promoting women showing off their booty, TikTok, right? All these things, they're doing it for a reason, okay? It's there to take advantage of men, right? And especially lonely men, men with poor mental health. These billion-dollar companies know what they're doing, right? They are doing this to get you hooked, and you end up just literally being in that cycle of destruction, right? And I know this very well, because I'll be honest with you, when I had poor mental health, when I was in my darkest days, a couple of years ago, when I was in the dirt with my amphetamine addictions, right? I used to watch porn, right? And literally, it was so damaging to my soul, okay? I felt so shameful, so guilty every time I used to indulge in those sort of low act behaviors, right? And at that time, right, when I was indulging in porn, because I was, indulging in amphetamines increase your dopamine output energy to up to 1,000%, right? So you could imagine how horny I would have been, right? Straight up. Now, I had a girlfriend at that time. Okay, we're broken up, but I had a girlfriend at that time. And honestly, by me indulging in porn, right, and being in that disgusting cycle, I literally would bring that into my relationship, right? You know how they say porn itself is more or less, damaging when it comes to the ability, to be intimate with a female, right? It actually ruins your ability to have a deep and meaningful sort of bond and relationship, because in your mind, you're picturing these unreal scenarios, right, as you're watching porn, and you try to bring that to the bedroom, right? Now, as I said, I had a girlfriend, so at that time, so I would try and bring those shameful sort of disgusting acts into the bedroom, right, with her, and think of it more or less as like I'm in a porno with her, right? And that would completely fuck her up, because she wasn't into watching porn or anything like that. It was me that was fucked up because of my mental health, because of my addictions. And it would ruin the relationship. It would ruin my perspective of how I would look at my girlfriend at the time, right? I looked at her in, I guess, a slutty, dirty sort of way, man. And that's what I'm saying. It literally impacts the way you become intimate with your partner, right? And another thing on top of that, if you're someone who doesn't have a partner and you're watching porn, it's literally going to affect your ability to find someone, right? Because porn corrodes a future relationship, right? It makes everything seem dirty and disgusting when a relationship's meant to be a beautiful thing, right? It's meant to be love. It's meant to be, you expressing your love to the other person, them expressing it back. It's about you making love in the bedroom, right? Not trying to make a fucking porno, right? Or anything like that. I'm talking about a normal relationship here. So one thing I got to say is this, man. Porn is absolutely disgusting, and it disrupts any sort of relationship. And even if you're single, it actually starts ruining your whole perspective of having a relationship, right? Because your mind's in the gutter. You're going to have these gutterish thoughts every time you meet a person. That's the easiest way I can explain it, man, okay? And I'm someone that did watch porn when I had a girlfriend, right? Not with her, but when she wasn't around, I would watch porn. And then when I get to the bedroom with her, I would try and my mind was so fucked up that I would literally bring that to the bedroom, and it was kind of like, she was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's just literally not healthy, bro. It literally isn't healthy for you to form any sort of deep and meaningful, connection with a girl. So it's a huge, huge thing I want you to pay attention to, because porn itself is absolutely going to disrupt your ability to connect with a female, right? And it's not real, bro. You got to understand, it's not fucking real, right? This shit, they get paid to do it. These pornos that you see on the internet, they're not real. They're basically on a website where they get paid, right? And they don't do it for free, right? These women, these men, they don't do it for free. They're doing it for a reason, to target men with poor mental health, right? Men that have got bad addictions, bad lifestyle choices, and they're taking an advantage, right? Same with OnlyFans, it's the same sort of shit. It's there to target men who are vulnerable, right? And being in a position where I don't watch porn at all, right? My mental health is where it needs to be, right? I'm loving life, connected with my highest self, mentally, physically, spiritually, in a beautiful, loving relationship with a beautiful dynamic, right? I lead, my missus follows. And being a person who doesn't indulge in any of those shameful acts, it's more or less, this relationship is all about making love, man. And that's the beauty of it, right? So I want you to understand, man, that porn is something that is absolutely going to destroy your ability to maintain and bond with a female, okay? And you got to understand, because this is coming from someone that actually tried to watch porn and he had a girlfriend, and it would completely fuck up my ability to be intimate with my partner at the time, right? So I'm telling you firsthand that it's damaging, right? And more or less, it gets deeper than this, right? Every time you fucking ejaculate, you're literally throwing your life force away, right? Your spirit, your inner energy as a man, right? I call it even a superpower. And you got to understand the science behind it, because semen contains roughly 200 separate proteins in there, right? You should see the nutritional index in your semen, bro. It's literally vitamin B12, vitamin E, vitamin C, zinc, you've got calcium, you've got citric acid, and just to name a few, right? There's more, but I won't get into all the nits and grits of that. I just want to highlight the main sort of nutrients that you've got in your semen. So I want you to think about it like this, right? Every time you pointlessly ejaculate, you're literally throwing your life force away, and that life force has the ability to create a human being, right? Because it's got all those nutrients. That's how you're able to create a baby, bro, right? And this is the thing. Every time you waste it on porn, OnlyFans, just pointlessly masturbating, trying to get that quick fix dopamine rush, right? The feeling you get after that, right, after you've done your business, is literally the feelings of low frequency, bro. Shame, guilt, right? You feel disgusted in yourself. And this is a sign, bro, honestly, of poor mental health, right? Because if someone had good mental health, if someone was literally aware of their inner spirit, right? If they were aware of what their, hidden power is that they have inside them, right? By retaining their semen, they wouldn't do this, bro, these sort of things, right? These sort of shameful acts is a sign that you've got an addiction to porn, OnlyFans, whatever the case may be. And that's fine, bro, because the quicker you can be like, you know what, I'm responsible, I do have a problem with it, the quicker you can just work on fixing that issue, right, and moving forward. Because if you stay in denial and say, oh, I'm okay, I don't really watch porn, I do sometimes, it doesn't matter, man. You're literally throwing away your life force, right? And I'm telling you, by you retaining your semen, okay, you are actually going to have increased energy levels, okay? Your energy levels are going to be through the roof. It actually allows you to even connect with your inner spirit, right? I'm huge into spirituality, right? I'm huge into these sort of things. And by you retaining your life force, right, by not ejaculating, you're literally able to reach your high consciousness, right? You're able to elevate your frequency higher. And that's why I say, man, porn, all these things, bro, masturbation is literally killing your life force, your spirit as a man, okay? And every time you masturbate, you are literally choosing that instant gratification, that instant pleasure, right? So you got to really understand, man, are you willing to throw away your life force, right? What you have as a man, your superpower capabilities, I like to call it, on a fucking TV screen or a computer screen, literally, bro, or your mobile phone, right? After you do your business, everything's going to come crashing down twice as harder, right? You got to understand, you're going to be in like a dopamine depletion state. And by you also indulging in these sort of, low acts with masturbation, it depletes your testosterone, right? And again, testosterone, your life force as a man, right? People are talking about aura, okay, when you preserve your sexual energy by going on your semen retention. You get some sort of magical aura that women can smell it on you, right? I'm going to be honest with you, bro, okay? They're not going to literally smell it on you, okay? But the difference between someone who doesn't masturbate and someone who does masturbate is this, right? The guy who doesn't masturbate, he has good habits, he's got good mental health, he's operating from high frequency, he basically has a daily system that he adheres to. So when he walks into a room, let's say when there's females or people around, he's got charisma about him, right? Because he doesn't operate through low frequency by masturbating and ejaculating pointlessly and feeling those feelings of shame and guilt, right? When you don't masturbate, you literally are using your life force, right, towards your goals, towards your ambitions, towards your dreams, towards, striving to be the best version of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually on a daily basis. That you just have that aura about you because you're not desperate, right? You're not a guy who watches porn and comes across as desperate when it comes to girls, or, when you watch porn, your mind's literally thinking in a very bad way towards women, right? You almost think, about women in a slutty way, right? Because that's how I used to think when I used to be in my darkest days, man. When I used to watch, I used to think of women in like more or less a low value way, right? And this was me just judging from appearance, right? Which is not what you want to do. But what I'm saying is this: you need to understand that by avoiding it altogether, you're not going to come across as someone whose whole perception about women is all fucked up, right? Literally, you're going to have that aura about you because you know how to discipline yourself, right? As I said, when you look after yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, right, it takes discipline to do that, right? It takes discipline. And when you have discipline as a man, women can see that by your energy, right? Your frequency, how you're operating through high frequency, how you walk into a room, you look the part, right? The energy that you're transmitting is high energy, right? People can feel it, not even women, men. Everyone can feel that energy, bro, okay? So I'm not going to fucking lie to you and say you're going to have some magical aura when you don't masturbate, right? That's bullshit, bro. There's no magical aura that goes into the sky, right? What it is the difference between someone that masturbates and doesn't masturbate is one's got control of his life and one literally doesn't, right? One has good mental health, one has poor mental health, right? And it's obvious when someone has poor mental health, when someone's operating through shame and guilt, they don't look their best, right? Their energy looks shit. And the way that their posture is, the way they conduct themselves as a man is very low, bro, right? And people want to just avoid these sort of negative people, right? So you got to really, brother, make the conscious decision of what you want to do, right? Do you want to throw away your life force as a man? Do you want to throw away that inner spirit, right? Do you want to really operate through low frequency in life? Or do you want to strive towards being your highest self, being the best version of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, right? Aligning yourself to that degree, and in return, start attracting the things that you truly desire. They will come to you like a magnet, right? You'll start to be able to meet women and bond with women, right? In a romantic, loving way, right? And you're going to come across as the man, bro. You're going to come across as that guy by doing this, right? So just please understand that every time that you indulge in these shameful acts, it's you that's going to have to pay the price, right? It's you that's going to feel these shameful feelings, okay? And I don't want that for you, brother. I don't want that for you, because I know deep down you're a warrior, right? You've got that inner spirit within you. You're just literally someone operating through low frequency, bad mental health, and you just don't have discipline and structure in your life. That's why you're literally just throwing everything away, right? But it doesn't mean your identity is set in stone, right? You can definitely change this, right? As I'm a walking example who done that. So just understand, man, you just got to understand literally that there are huge, huge benefits of you, going on semen retention, avoiding masturbation. When it comes to love, right, with your partner, that's a totally different thing, right? By me making love to my missus, or by you, eventually when you are in a position where you've got everything under control, you meet a girl, you like her, you genuinely have feelings for her, you make love with her, that's all right, bro, okay? When you're not masturbating, you're literally making love, okay? So that's totally fucking different, right? This is masturbation to a digital screen, which is fucked up, right? Or even just masturbation pointlessly in general is taking away your life force, right? So just please understand that. But I had to get this off my chest, right? I had to explain this because I've got, a few guys have asked me, what's my opinion on semen retention? And I wanted to dive deeper into this particular topic because, look, I see a lot of videos, man, on day 30, day 50, and look, man, how does that actually help someone by telling them, oh, I'm on day 50 and this is what it feels like, right? The person, you, brother, that's watching this, right, who has the problem, the addiction with porn, by you looking at that person's goal of day 60, day 50, that's going to make you feel like shit, right? So you got to really understand that this is something that you must know the consequences about, right? Because once you know the consequences, once you know how it's actually pulling you further and further away from being your highest self, right? Your goal as a man, or your goals, and your ability to actually meet a woman and have a loving relationship, you'll be more or less aware of, making the right decision, right? Because you need to be aware of all these things, man, at the end of the day, right? Because you're old enough to make the right decision. It's just more or less your mental health is not where it needs to be, right? But you need to realistically work on, destroying the old you, right? Recreating a brand new version of yourself, right? One that doesn't operate through shame and guilt. One that's connected to his highest self, right, through a daily system, aligning himself, with his mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. When you do that, when you have a daily system that you adhere to, right, and you're sticking to goals, and you've got discipline in your life, you don't make these stupid decisions where you watch porn and just do pointless things, right? You will make the conscious decision to do what's right for your journey, your true purpose as a man, okay? And you're going to look back and be like, you know what? Fuck, I'm so grateful that I, snapped out of it and decided to take ownership of my life and make it better. So, look, man, I'm going to end the video here. Hope you got some sort of value from this video. If you're new to my channel, you like this content, hit the subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and it helps me, create more valuable content around certain topics that I have experience with. But other than that, have a blessed and beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.